Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, class, we have started with your first chapter in my content, which I have to cover. That is the impact of jet. And we have covered three cases in the last lecture. Today we will cover the next three cases, case number 4, 5, and 6. So let's start with case number 4. Okay, I have shared the PDF of today's lecture, also the audio recording, and I have also shared your assignment number 1 sheet with you. Okay, इस chapter की जो assignment sheet है वो मैंने आप लोगों के साथ share की है. So please go through with that assignment sheet. उसके जो problems हैं, please try to solve them during the lectures. जैसे जैसे आपके lectures होते जा रहे हैं, कोशिश करेंगे उनको साथ साथ आप solve करते जाएं, so that if you have any query, we can discuss that during the classes. Okay, so start solving the problems along with the cases. So start with your case number 4. Now in this case number 4, you have to find out the force of the jet on the series of the flat plates, which is also termed as water wheel. So you can see this figure. So it is a machine on which number of the flat plates are mounted only on the outer periphery of the wheel at equal spacing. So this is a simple water wheel, and I think you can easily imagine, आपने देखा भी होगा कि एक simple water wheel किस तरह से है. Okay, so it is having the flat plates. So this is a simple water wheel. Okay, अब आपने इस water wheel पे जो force exert हो रही है jet की, you have to find out that force. So in this case, when the jet of the water will strike on the series of the flat plates, it will exert a certain force on the plate. Due to that applied force, your plate will move forward. And as this plate is mounted on the outer periphery, so as the plate will move forward, that will cause this wheel to also rotate. It will also induce a torque in the wheel. Okay, so ये है एक general layout is instrument का, इस machine का. Now how you will find out the force for this? For this, we will consider a jet of the water striking normally to a moving series of the flat plates as shown in the figure. Over here, d is the diameter of the jet, a is the cross-sectional area of the jet, that is pi d square by 4, q is the discharge, that is a into v, m is the mass flow rate, that is rho into q, rho is the density of the fluid, and v is the velocity of the jet. Now further, what is u? That is the velocity of the plate, or it is the peripheral velocity of v, or the tangential velocity of v. So please make sure it is a peripheral velocity, the velocity which is available at the periphery of this. ठीक है, हम यूज करेंगे. आपकी जो आउटर पेरिफेरी है व्हील की, उस पे कितनी वेलोसिटी है, उसकी वेलोसिटी कितनी है, दैट इज u. एंड दिस u is studied in terms of they are linked in a way that the velocity of this wheel will depend upon the velocity of the jet. ठीक है, क्योंकि यही जेट की वेलोसिटी और फोर्स है जो कि आपके इस व्हील को रोटेट कर रही है. तो जितना ज्यादा प्रोपोर्शन जो है इस व्हील का इस u में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, उतना ही आपका सिस्टम एफिशिएंट है. ओके, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली इफ लेस परसेंटेज ऑफ दी v is converted into u, accordingly the efficiency of your system or machine is also less. So this u is entirely dependent upon the velocity of the jet. So this is basically the conversion of the hydraulic energy into the mechanical energy. You have covered your experiment 3 in the lab, so I think you have the basic idea that what your machines do, what your turbine do. Our basic purpose is that you have to use the hydraulic energy and you have to convert that into the mechanical energy. In this case, the hydraulic energy is in the form of this force, and mechanical energy can be in the term of any thing which is moving, rotating. So any physical movement of the object that shows that the object is having some mechanical energy. ठीक है, तो इस केस में आपका जो व्हील है वो रोटेट कर रहा है ड्यू टू दिस फोर्स ऑफ द जेट. इट मींस दैट यू आर कन्वर्टिंग the hydraulic energy in the form of the mechanical energy, और इस केस में वो उस व्हील की रोटेशन की फॉर्म में है. Now what is it? So by definition it is force of the jet on the series of the flat plates on the jet, which is exactly equal to the force of the jet on the series of the plates. तो ये बिल्कुल वही आपकी डेफिनेशन है जो आपने पहले केसेस में की है. Now, these assumptions, these are very important because it is getting a little complex as compared to your other cases because you are having more than one plates and they are also moving. So, जिस तरह हम आगे move करते जा रहे हैं, your cases will become slightly complex and to solve them, to derive the equations, you need to do some assumptions so that you can derive the equations easily. Okay? So the first assumption is that your jet is striking normally to the plate. अब इस assumption के derivation में क्या simplification आ रही है that your jet is striking normal to the plate. It means that your jet is deflected exactly at 90 degree. ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या है that when your jet is striking to the plate, it will not have any component along the x direction. ठीक है, वो बिल्कुल 90 पे strike कर रहा है तो आपका jet along y deflect हो रहा है, right? Second, water wheel is frictionless. So also this is a very major assumption because practically you cannot have a frictionless surface. You will always have some losses due to the friction. So again, this is your basic assumption. And number 3, this is very important to understand that mass flow rate leaving the nozzle is equals to the mass flow rate striking to the plate. Now this is an assumption which is not generally applicable to a moving case. आप लोगों ने case number 3 किया है in which your plate was moving, and in that case we have discussed that the mass flow rate is not constant. Okay? The mass flow rate that is leaving the nozzle is not equal to the mass flow rate which is striking to the plate. वहाँ पे आपका mass flow rate था rho A into V minus U. If you can recall what you have done in the last lecture. लेकिन इस केस में हम assume कर रहे हैं that the mass flow rate leaving the nozzle is equal to the mass flow rate striking to the plate. अब ये assumption आप किस basis पे कर रहे हैं? इसकी reason क्या है that you are having number of the plates which are moving around one center. अब इसका यहाँ पे application कैसे है? Say, please note down the movement of this cursor. Say this is the position of your first plate. When the jet will strike to this plate will move forward, right? But as this plate will move forward, after a certain time, the second plate will come at its position in front of the jet. Similarly, when it will move forward, the next plate will come forward at its position. It means that you will always have a plate in front of the jet at that particular location. ठीक है, आपका जो mass flow rate वाला point है that it is rho A into V minus U that is applicable on the moving plate, वो उस पे applicable है क्योंकि आपकी plate जो है that is constantly moving when you are applying the force on that and if it is not fixed. ठीक है, लेकिन इस केस में although आपकी plates move कर रही हैं but if you apply that concept with respect to the position of the plate, तो उस position पे you will always have a certain plate. अब इसमें भी थोड़ा सा लिमिटेशन है बिकॉज देयर विल बी अ सर्टेन टाइम जिस स्पैन में आपके पास प्लेट नहीं है उसके सामने, राइट? तो ऑब्वियसली दैट फैक्टर विल बी ओवरकम इफ यू हैव मोर नंबर ऑफ प्लेट्स या आपकी स्पेसिंग कम है प्लेट्स की. इट विल आल्सो डिपेंड अपॉन द डायमीटर ऑफ द व्हील. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स आर इंटरलिंक्ड. So this is your third assumption. So these are assumptions. They are not 100% applicable. But due to these assumptions, you can simplify your derivation, you can simplify your calculation work a lot. Okay, so हम इन तीनों assumptions को लेके आगे अपनी derivations करेंगे. So what is your objective? You have to find out the forces. That force is acting along the x direction. It means that you will apply the impulse momentum equation along the x direction. That is, summation of the forces along x is equal to rate of change of momentum along the x direction. That is mass flow rate into change in the velocity along the x direction. Now please make sure जो आप confused यहाँ पे हो सकते हैं that by assumption we have said that the mass flow rate will not change. It means that it will remain rho q or rho av. Okay, but we have not stated anywhere that the velocity will remain unchanged. Velocity will not be remaining unchanged. You will use the relative velocity in this case. इसके रीजन क्या है? क्योंकि आपकी प्लेट्स एक्चुअली मूव कर रही हैं. ठीक है, इस केस में आपका mass flow rate constant velocity. Now simplify the equation. You are having only one force which is acting in the negative direction, so it is minus F. Now this is a mass flow rate rho Q, which will remain constant in this case. Okay, V2x minus V1x. Now what is V2x? So that is the component of the velocity along the x direction at section 2, which is when your jet is striking the plate. So हमने assumption first क्या की है, that your jet is striking normally to the plate. So in that case, we don't have any horizontal component, we will only have the vertical component. So this V2x is 0. And what is V1x? Once your jet is leaving the nozzle, the concerned velocity or the prevailing velocity will be the relative velocity. This is what we have already discussed in the case number 3. So it will be V minus U. Now if you simplify this, your F is rho Q V minus U. Or if you write down this discharge as A into V, it is rho A V V minus U. So make sure ये rho A V ही है. Case number 3 में जहाँ पे mass flow rate हमने change assume किया था या change हो रहा था, वहाँ पे ये V minus U ही था. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे assumption क्या है? That your mass flow rate is constant. So over here, this rho Q is your rho AV. So this is the equation for the force F, which is exerted by the jet on the series of the flat plates of water wheel. Now you can compare this equation with your first and third case. In the first case, you are having a plate जिसपे आपकी force लग रही है बिल्कुल normal, और third case में your plates are moving, your flat plate is moving. So you can compare this relation with first and third case, but you cannot compare it with your second case, क्योंकि उस केस में आपका jet inclined है. ठीक है, तो उसके साथ इसका comparison नहीं है directly, but you can compare it with your first and third case. So what is the comparison? So it shows that force of the jet over the series of the moving flat plates is greater than the force of the jet on a single moving flat plate. इसका मतलब क्या है कि एक अगर सिस्टम है in which you are having only a single flat plate moving, and in a system if you are having multiple plates which are moving, दोनों flat plates हैं, तो जिसमें number of plates ज़्यादा हैं, that will give you more force. Also, this force will be still less than the force on case number 1. ठीक है, ये moving case की force है, that is always less than your stationary case. Okay? So you can always do the comparison between different cases. जिसमें जिस तरह की conditions similar हैं, you can do the comparison. Now as it is a moving case, so you have to find out the efficiency and the work done. So work done per second by the water wheel, it is also termed as the power produced by the water wheel. I have told you that the units of the work done per second are Newton meter per second, which are equivalent to watts. So that is why this work done per second can also be termed as the power. Okay. So the formula for this is F into U. F is the equation which you have just derived, that is rho Q V minus U, and this U is the velocity of this plate. Okay. So if you further convert this work done per second into work done per weight, that is P by gamma Q. I have discussed it in very detail in the last lecture. So make sure this work done per weight is the head, output head. Okay, so it is P over gamma Q. This is the power, and this is gamma Q. Simplify the equation, you are getting this final relation for work done per weight, or it is the output power in terms of the head. Now we need the input power in terms of the head, which is also your work done per weight supplied. It is a kinetic head, it is V square by 2G. So efficiency of the water wheel can be then computed by finding the ratio of output and input. So just put the values in the equation, and finally this is your equation for the efficiency of the water wheel. Now you can further generalize this equation. You can find out the condition in which you will get the maximum efficiency. So theoretically, what should be the condition that in which you can get the maximum efficiency from this water wheel? For this, what you will do? You will differentiate this equation of the efficiency with respect to U, and you will equate it to 0. Now if you see the equation of the efficiency, you have only two parameters, that are V and U. Now in this case, the variable which will control the efficiency, that is U. इसका reason क्या है? That is your V is basically converted into the U. जितना ज़्यादा proportion जो है V का U में convert हो रहा है, that basically shows that your system is more efficient. Okay? That is why we are differentiating your equation in terms of U. And we will equate it to 0 because we need that maximum conversion of V and U takes place. So that is why we are equating it to 0. If you see the differentiation, 2 by V square is constant. Okay, and derivative of V into U is V because V is constant, U is 1, giving the derivative. Okay, so for U square, the derivative is 2 into U. You will equate it to 0, and finally you will find out U, that is as V by 2. It means that if 50% of the jet velocity is converted into the peripheral velocity, you will get the maximum efficiency. Okay, so this is the theoretical background for this, that your U should be 0.5 times of V. Okay, now this is for the ideal case. For the real case, you will have the friction. You will also have the effect of all the other assumptions which you have considered over here. So in the real case, your U will not be exactly equal to 0.5 V. It will be less than this. Okay, आप ये देखें, water wheel, it is such a crude machine that theoretically the maximum peripheral velocity which you can get from this that is only 50% of V. It means कि अगर आप theoretically भी काम कर रहे हैं for the ideal case, still in that case सिर्फ 50% जो जेट की velocity है वो convert हो रही है आपके wheel की velocity में. Okay? So it means that it is a very crude machine. You cannot entirely depend on this machine to get a good. It means कि इसमें काफी सारा जो आपकी hydraulic energy है that is wasting in the system. Next step हमारा क्या है that okay, we have find out that that for the maximum efficiency your U should be equal to 0.5. What we will do further, that in the equation of efficiency, now we will put U as V by 2. Efficiency के equation में जहाँ जहाँ पे U है, replace that with V by 2 or 0.5 V. Okay, so when we will simplify this, you will get the efficiency as 50%. It means that this is the maximum theoretical efficiency which you can get from this water wheel. और ये कब होगी? When your U is 0.5 V. It means that the maximum efficiency if the water wheel is running in the ideal condition is only 50%. Okay, इससे ज़्यादा efficiency इस केस में आप attain नहीं कर सकते. Okay. So ideally speaking, maximum efficiency of the water wheel can be up to 50%, but for the real, it will not be 50%. It will be less than 50%. Okay, क्योंकि ये सारे assumptions के साथ आपके पास इतनी आ रही है. Practically, you will have those drawbacks that you have considered as your assumption. So practically, आपके पास efficiency जो है that will be less than 50%. Okay, now we'll start with the numerical problem for this case. This is the problem number 1 from Douglas. In this case, you are given with a condition of a water wheel, which is having number of flat plates. The diameter of the jet is 0.3 meter, which is moving with a velocity of 7.5 meter per second. It is striking to this plate normally, and the velocity of this plate is 4.8 meter per second. You have to find out the force of the jet, efficiency of the water wheel, and the work done per second. Okay. Find out the area from the given diameter by pi d square by 4 is A into V. Now I have directly write down the equation for F, but as I have said in the previous lecture, if you don't remember the equation, then you can easily write down the equation by applying the impulse momentum equation during the solution. In few cases, you will see I have applied the equation directly during the solution. So you can do that also. Otherwise, if you remember the equation, you can apply that directly. So no harm in that. आप directly apply कर सकते हैं. लेकिन जहाँ पे भी आपको कंफ्यूजन है कोशिश करें कि आप इक्वेशन अप्लाई करके इक्वेशन डिराइव करें और फिर उसे यूज करें. So equation for F is rho Q V minus U. Rho is 1000 because you are not given with any temperature condition. So take rho value standard as 1000. So charge is 0.53. इससे अपना माइक म्यूट कर लें. Okay. So V is given to you and U is given to you. So after putting the values, you will get the answer for F as 1431 Newton. Now work done per second, that is F into U. So you have these two values, simply multiply them. This is your work done per second in Newton meter per second or in watts. Work done per weight, that is the output power in terms of the head. It is P over gamma Q. So over here you can see I have not now written the equation for work done per weight. Simply आपने power find की हुई है. Put the values directly and find out the answer. So this is the more better approach as compared to write down the equation for these relations. ठीक है? So power is 6868. यदि आपने compute की है, gamma is the specific weight of the water. So use the standard value, that is 9810, and the charge is 0.53. The answer is 1.32. Now please see the units. This is the work done per weight. It is the output power in terms of the head. So units are meters of water. ठीक है, ये head की units हैं. Similarly, the input power in terms of the head, that is the work done per weight supplied, it is V square by 2G and the answer is 2.87 meters of water. तो आप देखें, ये है आपकी इनपुट एनर्जी 2.87 और ये है आपकी आउटपुट एनर्जी 1.32. Find out the efficiency by their ratio. It is around 46.05%. It means that in this case, your system is efficient by 46%. ये आपकी एनर्जी को हाइड्रोलिक एनर्जी को इतने परसेंट efficiently मैकेनिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है. Okay, so this is regarding the water wheel. Okay, now we'll start with the next case, that is the force of the jet on a stationary curved plate. हमारे जो अगले दो केसेस हैं, केस नंबर 5 एंड केस नंबर 6, these are regarding the surfaces which are similar to the buckets of Pelton wheel and turbo turbine. You have done your experiment number 3, so I hope that you have the basic idea of the buckets. Okay, दोनों की buckets में difference क्या है and what is the flow direction, how your jet will enter in the bucket of the runner. You have that basic idea. So just for a review, if you can recall, in case of the Pelton wheel, the jet is striking normally at the center of the bucket on the splitter, while in case of the turbo turbine, water will enter to the bucket from one end and it will. In this case, we are considering a stationary curved plate, and this is similar to the bucket of the turbo turbine. It is similar because jet is entering in it from one direction and it is leaving from the other end. So consider a jet of the water striking on a single stationary curved plate. ये अभी relatively simpler case है because it is stationary. Okay, ये curved है, so number of equations are slightly more, but it is not difficult. आपके केसेस वो डिफिकल्ट होंगे जिसमें कर्व सरफेस है एंड दे आर आल्सो मूविंग, तो वो आपके नेक्स्ट केसेस हैं. केस नंबर 7 इज रिगार्डिंग दैट, सो इट नीड्स योर मोर एफर्ट. सो आई विल प्रेफर कि आप कोशिश करें कि बिफोर योर नेक्स्ट लेक्चर, जो भी आपका नेक्स्ट वीक का लेक्चर होगा, उससे पहले आप ये cases review कर लें so that you can easily understand the concept of the curved moving surfaces. So those are the complex case out of the total 10 cases. Okay. So consider a jet of the water striking on a single stationary curved plate at the inlet tip as shown in the figure. Then water will glide on the internal surface of the plate and will leave from the outlet tip of the vane. Over here, subscript 1 refers the inlet tip and subscript 2 refers the outlet tip. ठीक है, आपका jet section 1 से enter हो रहा है and it is leaving from section 2. Over here, D is the diameter of the jet, A is the cross sectional area of the jet, it is pi d square by 4, B is the velocity of the jet, V1 is the velocity of the jet at section 1. V2 is the velocity of the jet at section 2. Practically, your V2 will always be less than V1 because when your jet is sliding on the surface of this bucket, it will be experiencing some frictional losses, and due to that loss, your velocity V2 will reduce. Okay? और velocity जो है that is also a vector quantity, so you can see कि the fact है ना कि V2 is less than V1, that can be shown by this vector length also. V2 is shown smaller in length as compared to vector V1. Okay? So this is the real case, this is the actual condition in which V2 is less than V1. Further, Q is the discharge or the volume flow rate. It is A into V. Rho is the density of the fluid. M is the mass flow rate, which is rho into Q. अब ये सिंपल केस है, आपकी प्लेट्स मूव नहीं कर रही हैं, so there is no confusion regarding the mass flow rates and regarding the velocities. So it is quite simple. Okay. What is Fn? That is a normal component of the force F. Force of the plate on the jet in the normal direction, which is exactly equal to the force of the jet on the plate in the normal direction. What is Ft? That is force of the plate on the jet in the tangential direction. It is exactly equal to the force of the jet on the plate in the tangential direction. What is F? That is the resultant of the force on the jet on the plate, and alpha is the inclination of the force F. So your ultimate objective is to find out this F. For that, you will first find out Fn and Ft, and the resultant will give you F. Also, you can find out the inclination angle alpha. Now consider the inlet and outlet tips of the plate. V1 is the velocity of the jet at the inlet tip, and θ1 is the vane angle. So please consider this term, the angle at which your jet is entering and leaving the bucket, that is termed as vane angle. Just a vane angle. And these are usually your design parameters. During the design of the machines, you will decide that what should be the vane angle at the inlet and outlet tip. The vane angle is that angle at which your jet is entering or leaving the bucket. जो भी आपके jet की direction है, with respect to horizontal at the inlet and outlet tip, those are your vane angles. Okay. So similarly, your V2 is the velocity of the jet at the outlet tip, and θ2 is the vane angle at the outlet tip. Now you have to find out Fn and Ft. For that, you will apply the equation along the x direction and along the y direction. Okay. So if you apply the impulse momentum equation along the x direction, that is summation of Fx is equals to rate of change of momentum along the x direction. It is minus Fn is equals to rho q v2x minus. Now the only thing which you have to consider in this case, that is कि अगर आपकी surface curved है, what will be the effect on these velocities components? So you can see that v1 and v2 both are inclined. So over here you will have both the components of v1 and v1y, v2y, v2x and v2y. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पे देखें v1x will be positive in this case and v1y will be negative. Also for v2, your v2x will be negative and v2y will also be negative. So only thing which you have to take in care for this case, जो additional है इस case में, that is to understand the direction of velocity component. Okay? और इसी की प्रैक्टिस के लिए हम लोगों ने इन केसेस को स्टार्ट करने से पहले एक जनरल केस कवर किया था, where you can understand the direction of the velocities components. So over here, your v2x is minus v2 cos of theta 2. Negative है क्योंकि इसकी डायरेक्शन नेगेटिव है और it is coming with cos of this angle theta. We are writing down these components in terms of these vane angles. ये angle आपका horizontal के साथ है, इसीलिए horizontal component cos के साथ आएगा और जो y component है that will come with a sin. But you will write them both in terms of angle theta, in terms of vane angle, because that is your known parameter. Okay? So if you simplify the equation, finally it will be Fn is rho q e2 cos of theta 2 plus v1 cos of theta 1. आप इसको rearrange कर सकते हैं as v1 cos of theta 1 plus v2 cos of theta 2. Now this is for the real plates. Why it is for the real plates? Because you are considering the different values for v1 and v2. You are counting the fact that v2 will be less than v1 because of the friction on the plates. Okay, तो ये ideal case है, sorry, ये real case है आपका. But if say in the numerical problem or in any particular case, you are not given with the condition that what are the frictional losses, you are not given with any idea that how much velocity is reduced, then in that case you can go with the ideal case. It means that you can consider your inlet velocity v1 और आप इसी को v2 के equal ले सकते हैं. You can assume that you don't have any loss during the movement of the jet along the plate. This will be your ideal condition. So in that case, if you replace v1 and v2 with v, your Fn will be rho v cos of theta 1 plus cos of theta 2. This is for the ideal plates. Now before I proceed further, I hope कि थोड़ा सा ये डिस्कस किया हुआ आप लोगों ने. If you compare Pelton wheel and turbo turbine, the disadvantage of the turbo turbine is that in this case you will have the chances of axial thrust on different components of the machine and particularly on the shaft of the machine. Okay, what is axial thrust? And it is not so much when you are dealing with the Pelton wheel. ठीक है, अब इसी कॉन्सेप्ट को आप इस फिगर में अप्लाई करते हैं. ये थोड़ा सा मैंने आपसे पहले भी डिस्कस किया है पिछले लेक्चर्स में, that you are always trying to increase that component which is actually responsible to move your plate. अब इस केस में तो आपकी प्लेट स्टेशनरी है ना, बट इफ यू अलाउ इट टू मूव, तो इन दोनों में से कौन सा कंपोनेंट जो है वो इस प्लेट को मूव कर सकता है? दैट इज Fn. Ft is moving tangent to this plate surface. ये इसको मूव नहीं कर सकता. ठीक है, so it means that directly this Ft is not giving you any advantage. Rather it is harmful for the machine क्योंकि ये एक फोर्स है. It will have some magnitude. अगर ये आपकी बकेट पे नॉर्मल नहीं लग रही है तो आपके किसी न किसी कंपोनेंट पे जाके एक्सर्ट कर. एक्चुअली दिस टेंजेंशियल फोर्स, ये अलाइनमेंट इस तरह से आपके कंपोनेंट्स की है दैट दिस टेंजेंशियल फोर्स इज एक्टिंग ऑन द शाफ्ट ऑफ द मशीन व्हिच इज रेस्टिंग ऑन द बियरिंग्स. तो ये आपकी शाफ्ट के ऊपर फोर्स लग रही होती है. आपकी मशीन की जो शाफ्ट है इट विल एक्सपीरियंस सर्टेन टेंसाइल और कंप्रेसिव फोर्स ड्यू टू दिस Ft. ठीक है, अब उस फोर्स की वजह से आपकी मशीन है उसके कंपोनेंट्स के रोटेशन पे कोई फर्क नहीं आ रहा. बट मींस इट इज नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग इन अ पॉजिटिव वे, रादर इट इज कंट्रीब्यूटिंग इन अ नेगेटिव वे. ये आपकी मशीन के कंपोनेंट्स पे एक अनडिजायर्ड फोर्स एक्सर्ट कर रहा है. ठीक, तो व्हाट इज योर डिजाइन ऑब्जेक्टिव? अब इस केस में although your Pelton wheel is having a certain advantage over the turbo, that in Pelton you don't have this much chances of the axial thrust. ठीक है, लेकिन हर दफा you will see हम लोग डिजाइन करेंगे, every time it is not possible for the designer to make the angle of the jet exactly 90 for the bucket. जब आप हर दफा Pelton प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकते, आपके डायरेक्शन से आपका सप्लाई इस तरह से है, you are forced to direct the water entering from one side and leaving from the other side of the bucket. उस केस में आप टर्बो यूज कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो ये डिफरेंट कंडीशंस हैं. इस केस में व्हेन यू कैन नॉट इग्नोर दिस, आप फिर क्या करेंगे? यू विल ट्राई in the design that this Ft should be as minimum as possible and this Fn should be as much as possible. तो आप डिजाइन में कोशिश करेंगे कि आप Fn को ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंक्रीज कर दें और Ft को कम से कम कर दें, as much as you can. Now what would be the way for that? For this, see this equation. Fn is now dependent upon these angles theta 1 and theta 2. These are your design conditions. Okay, what will be the value of theta 1 and theta 2 in which you will have this ordinate in the bracket to be maximum? That will be when theta 1 and theta 2 are 0 degree. क्योंकि cos of 0 1 है, so this will be 1, this will be 1. बाकी हर वैल्यू के लिए आपकी cos of that angle will be less than 1. ठीक है, तो ये फैक्टर कम हो जाएगा. If you want to make it maximum, this theta 1 and theta 2 should be 0. ठीक है, आप दोनों को 0 पुट करें. It means that the V1 is entering exactly horizontal and V2 is leaving exactly horizontal. उस केस में what will be your Fn? That will be maximum और वैल्यू कितनी होगी? 2 rho QV. Again, this is for the ideal case because you are using V. For the real plate, even if you put theta 1 and theta 2 as 0, your velocity will not be 2 rho QV. Sorry, your Fn will not be 2 rho QV. ये जो फैक्टर है इट विल बी स्लाइटली लेस देन 2 क्योंकि वेलोसिटीज जो हैं दे आर नॉट इक्वल। है तो वेलोसिटी अगर ड्रॉप कर रही है तो उससे ये फैक्टर भी आपका थोड़ा सा रिड्यूस हो जाएगा। So this is your Fn maximum. So how you will increase your Fn to Fn maximum? By putting these values equals to 0. But please make sure these are the critical points. या ये critical आपकी कुछ considerations है. You cannot always go with the critical consideration when you are practically working. जरूरी नहीं है कि पेपर पे जो चीज आपके पास इतना इजीली आपने निकाल ली है, सॉल्व कर लिए, मे बी इट इज नॉट इजी टू प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंट दैट इन द, सो यू ऑलवेज हैव टू फाइंड आउट एन इन बिटवीन वे जहाँ पे आप मैक्सिमम जो आप की एफिशिएंसी है उसको गेन कर सकें, बट कीपिंग द प्रैक्टिकल लिमिटेशंस इन माइंड, उनको आप किस तरह ओवरकम कर सकते हैं। एवरीथिंग गोज हैंड बाय हैंड, आपने हर चीज को साथ लेके एक ऑप्टिमल डिजाइन करना है अपने सिस्टम का। okay? So that is Fn. Now if you have to find out Ft, for that you will simply apply the equation along the y direction and this is your equation. Okay, बिल्कुल same steps हैं. So in this case nothing is complicated. Only thing which needs the practice, that is about the components of V1 and V2. Everything else is very simple. So this is for the real plate. If you consider the ideal condition, in that case V1 and V2 are taken as V. So this is your equation for the ideal plate. Now please now apply the previous discussion. We were trying that Fn should be as much as possible and Ft should be as minimum as possible. ये कम से कम होनी चाहिए। इस equation को देखें, how you can make it minimum. If you put θ1 and θ2 equal, say θ1 and θ2 both are kept as 5 degrees, same. Okay, so इस case में ये दोनों values equal हैं, they will cancel out, this whole factor will become 0, your Ft will become 0, right? So it means that if you have to make your Ft minimum, that minimum value which you can attain theoretically, that is 0, and that can be done if you just put θ1 and θ2 equal. Now if you combine both the concepts for Fn and Ft, अगर आपने अब मुझे डिजाइन बताना है theoretically जिसमें आपका Fn मैक्सिमम हो जाए और Ft मिनिमम हो, वो क्या होगा? Fn को मैक्सिमम करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? पुट θ1 एंड θ2 बोथ 0, इससे Fn मैक्सिमम हो जाएगा। और Ft मिनिमम करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? पुट θ1 एंड θ2 बोथ इक्वल। इसमें 0 की कंडीशन नहीं है, कंडीशन क्या है? दैट दीस टू शुड बी इक्वल। So if you put θ1 and θ2 both are 0, they will satisfy the condition for both Fn and Ft. Your Fn will become maximum and Ft will become minimum, which is 0. So that is the theoretical value which you need to get the Fn maximum and Ft minimum. Okay? अब ये वही डिस्कशन है जो मैंने आपसे अभी की है, why you have to increase Fn and why you have to decrease Ft. So you can further read it from here. So minimum value of Ft which you can maintain, that is 0. This is for the ideal plate. Also, you can find out the resultant force by these two, and alpha is the inclination of this F with the horizontal, that is tangent inverse of Ft over Fn. Okay, now we will solve this numerical problem. In this, you have to find out Fn and Ft. The main angles are given to you. θ1 is 20 degree and θ2 is 15 degree. Diameter of the jet is 4 centimeter and its velocity is 50 meter per second. This is the general figure. You can modify this figure by writing the values of θ1 and θ2 over here. First, find out the area. Convert this dia into meter, and this is your area. This charge is A into V. So I have directly used the equation for Fn. So in this case, so please make sure in the statement of this numerical, no information is given regarding the frictional loss or reduction in the velocity. Okay, so इस केस में आप ideal condition consider करेंगे. You will assume that you don't have any frictional loss. Your V1 and V2 both are equal. So V1 and V2 are same. If in the numerical problem nothing is mentioned regarding this, assume the ideal case. So rho is taken as 1000. Discharge आपने calculate किया हुआ है. V is given to you. So this is the θ1, cos of θ1 plus cos of θ2. Okay, so it is coming as Fn is 5955 न्यूटन। अच्छा सॉरी, यहाँ पे आप ये देख लें, आई हैव रिटन दिस डिस्चार्ज, वी यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं हुआ, तो राइट डाउन दैट वैल्यू, वो आप लिख लीजिएगा, ठीक है। यहाँ पे दिस वी आर राइटिंग करते हुए, just put the values in the equation, you will get this answer. Okay, some students can get this value also, which is 5986 newtons. So that is due to the rounding. If students are rounding the numbers and then using the value in the next calculation, then their answers can slightly vary. So if you are getting this answer or if you are getting this, both are correct. Okay, so that is due to the rounding of the numbers. Otherwise, none of these is incorrect. Also FT, this is your equation, put the values and this is your answer. So it can either be 260 or 261 because बच्चों का आता है, so that is okay. Okay, so you can see that in this case, the difference of your theta 1 and theta 2 is of 5 degree, which reduces your FT to 260. So 260 Newton is quite less as compared to your Fn, which is 5955 Newtons. Okay, it is quite less. You can further decrease its value to 0 by keeping these two angles same. So this is this case f और अल्फा फाइंड नहीं करना, बट इफ यू हैव टू फाइंड इट आउट, आप सिंपली इन दोनों का रिजल्टेंट फाइंड करें, दैट विल गिव यू एफ एंड आल्सो अल्फा, यू कैन फाइंड आउट दिस वैल्यू. Now this is the second problem regarding this case. In this case, you again have to find out f and sorry, इसमें आपने f find करना है. Also, you have to find out alpha. But what is the difference in this numerical with respect to the previous? That is, in this case, you are given with the frictional losses. You are given with the reduction in the velocity, and that is by 5%. Further, theta 1 is 20 degrees, theta 2 is 30, diameter is 0.1 meter. इसमें mentioned है that frictional effect will reduce the velocity of the jet by 5%. Okay, तो जो आपकी given velocity है, that is v1. इसमें 5% रिडक्शन करें, दैट विल बी v2. So it is 95% of v1, RN 9.5 meter per second. Okay, so this is v2. इस केस में आपको velocity reduction given है, so you will use that. You will not consider the ideal case in this problem. Again, simply apply the equations. Now, what is everything else is very simple and is similar to what you have done. The difference क्या है, that you are not using directly v, you are using values v1 and v2 separately. Now, if you see in this case, ft is coming to be negative. What does this negative sign shows? This negative sign shows that the value, sorry, the direction which you have assumed for ft, that is not correct. Okay. आपने कौन सी डायरेक्शन अज्यूम की हुई है? सी द फिगर ऑन द राइट साइड. वी हैव अज्यूम्ड दैट ft is acting upward. अब अगर ये नेगेटिव आ रही है, it means that it is not acting upward, it is acting down. ये नेक्स्ट फिगर देखें. So this is the to find out f, that is 1387.4 newtons. Also, alpha will always f with the horizontal. Alpha is measured clock. It's coming from f incorrect here, which is possible. ताकि आपको कोई confusion उसमें during the class will come in the way. कि आपने से क्लास रानी, you can please exactly horizontal to the bucket. ठीक है. अब ये bucket, ये जो bucket है, ये किसका similar है? If you have the idea of the bucket of the Pelton wheel, your bucket is having a splitter in the middle. Your jet will strike on that splitter and it will split. Okay? This डायरेक्शन को जहाँ पे आपके पास ये एंगल θ1 0 है, कंसिडर दिस सरफेस एज अ स्प्लिटर. दिस इज द half part of that bucket of the Pelton wheel and remaining is the upper part. So this particular bucket which we are considering, that is similar to the half bucket of the Pelton wheel in shape. लेकिन ये स्टेशनरी है. अभी हम सिंपल केस कर रहे हैं जिसमें जो हमने देखेंगे अपनी नेक्स्ट क्लास में, उसमें आपकी यही कर्व सर्फेसेस हैं, बट दे विल बी मोर, दोज आर द मोस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स केसेस जहाँ पे आपकी सरफेस कर्व्ड है और वो मूव कर रही है. ठीक है, तो वो आपके नेक्स्ट केसेस हैं. So everything in this case is similar to your previous case. Everything is same. Okay? Equation right in the way. ठीक है, तो पिछले इक्वेशंस में जहाँ जहाँ θ1 आपने यूज किया है, पुट दैट θ1 as 0. So everything else is same. Only the additional factor is about this deflection angle. So this shows that at which angle your bucket is deflected with respect to the horizontal. Okay? So usually in the design, you decide this deflection angle. If you know this deflection angle, you can find out the vane angle at the outlet tip. अभी देखें फाई, ठीक है, इसी फाई को आप यहाँ पे मेजर कर रहे हैं. ये इस V2 का एंगल होगा विद दिस हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस, ये वाला. प्लीज फॉलो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ योर फाई इज फ्रॉम दिस हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस टू दिस. ठीक है, और ये टोटल कितना है 180. फाई from this 180 you will get this theta. So in the data, in the design, if the angle at outer tip और θ2 given नहीं है आपको, आप directly deflection angle से find कर सकते हैं. Okay, it will be 180 minus 5. So remaining all the parameters are same: diameter, area, discharge, mass flow rate, velocity, density, Fn, Ftf, alpha and phi. Okay, now your procedure is same, that you will find out N and Ft by applying the equation along the x and y axis, then their resultant will give you F and F. Okay, so more or less all these steps, all the parameters are same. So whenever you do the derivation, don't forget to write down all the terms from the start till the end. I tried that in every derivation, although वो repeat हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन मैंने सारे parameters A to G सारे mention किए हैं in the same order. ये सारे steps बिल्कुल वही हैं जो आपने पिछले केस में किए हैं. So you also have to write down everything, draw the figure completely, write down all the parameters when you are required to do. Don't jump to the application of the equation. Okay, form the proper basis that why you are doing this and what are the parameters. Okay, so when you have to find out Fn, you will apply the equation along the x-axis. So over here, again, I have written b1x in terms of θ1. So over here, you can easily see that θ1 is 0. If you put θ1 as 0, it will. This is the equation for Fn, and it is for the real plate because we are using the actual values of V1 and V2. For the ideal, V1 and V2 both will be considered equal, and it will be rho QV 1 plus cos of θ2. So usually θ2 can be kept between 5 to 15 degree. इस range में ये vary कर सकता है. ठीक है. Also, if you have to find out Ft, apply the equation along the y direction, and this is your equation for Ft. यहाँ पे आप V2 use कर रहे हैं, so this is for the real plate. If you simplify it for the ideal, it will become as minus rho QV sin of again. Negative sign indicates that the assumed direction is not correct. It is opposite to what you do. These are your equations for Fn and Ft. Also, F can be found out by finding the resultant of these two, and alpha is the equation that is tangent inverse of Ft over Fn. Okay. Okay, now this is your problem number 7. This is the problem number 15 from Douglas. If you have the book with you, you can see that this problem is having a part A में आपकी ये plate stationary है, which is similar to your case number 6. B of the numerical. This plate is moving, which is similar to your case number 7, which we will cover in your next class. Okay, so I will discuss both the parts separately. In this problem, I have only written case number A और part number A. Okay, क्योंकि इस केस से रेलिवेंट है. इसका पार्ट नंबर B मैं आपको करवाऊंगी केस नंबर 7 के साथ, क्योंकि वो उससे रेलिवेंट है. ठीक है. So in this case, diameter of the jet is given, velocity is given, phi is given. You are not given with theta 2. आपको phi given है, so theta 2 is 180 minus phi. It is 60 degree. And theta 1 is 0. So you have to find out the force F. Okay, and please make sure by mistake theta is written over here. It is actually alpha. The inclination of the force F, ये alpha है. ठीक है? Don't get confused. It is alpha. At u is equals to 0. What is u? That is the velocity of the plate. It means that in this case your plate is stationary. So find out area discharge. So part A, at which your plate is stationary. Apply the equation along x. ये अब देखिए यहाँ पे मैंने equation apply की हुई है. Okay. Finally, this is the equation. अगर तो आपको velocities की reduction given होती या v1 या v2 का idea separately दिया होता, then this will be your final equation. You will put the values in this equation and find out Fn. Otherwise, in this case, we are not given with any idea about the velocity reduction. So over here, I have further simplified the equation for the ideal condition, and this is the form of the equation which we will use. So rho is taken as 1000, and remaining all the values you know, Fn is 2920 Newton. Similarly, find out Ft. For the ideal case, it is minus 1686 newtons. Find out F, and this is your angle alpha. Okay, so this is a solution for this problem, and this is the last problem for today's lecture. Oh, yes, okay. Now, if you have any questions, you can discuss them with me one by one. आप उसको डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. हाँ जी. बच्चे अगर आपके कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं, I can take them one by one. So please clear all the queries if you have. एंड प्लीज़ ट्राई कि आप असाइनमेंट शीट अपनी डाउनलोड करें और उसको सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट करें सो दैट वी कैन डिस्कस इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी. हाँ जी, कोई क्वेश्चन है? चलो ठीक है. इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट सो दैट आई कैन मार्क योर अटेंडेंस एंड देन यू पीपल आर फ्री. जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट प्लीज. Okay, CD Civil 1. CD Civil 2.
Present.
Roll number 1.
Present, ma'am.
2.
Present.
3. Roll number 3. 4.
Present.
5. 4.
Yes, ma'am, for present.
Okay, 5.
Yes, ma'am.
6.
Present, ma'am.
7.
Present, ma'am.
8. 11.
Present, ma'am.
12. 13.
Present, ma'am.
14.
Yes, ma'am.
15.
Present, ma'am.
16. 17. 18,
Yes, ma'am. 18.
19, 20, 21,
Present, ma'am. 21.
okay, 22, 23, 24,
Ma'am, roll number 19.
19, okay, 25,
25 present.
26, 27, 29,